So at this point we are going to look at more complex points, such as the clasp point, which this is the middle of it, of the heart. Now 2, I tried to do in the heart in 2, but the lines were like dragged out so far that I decided I'm just gonna do it in 4 points. So we actually will fill the heart with color, but for now leave it as is, and we can always switch it, okay? So when I draw in the first one, select your tool. Right here, I'm right in the middle of that line. You can go at the edge, I just do it the middle. I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Notice how I'm dragging it out, and I'm dragging it. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see. Let me change my preferences really quickly again. Okay, and now I have right. That may not help you, but can you see that a little bit better, maybe? Or is that still? No, you can't see that. Let's see if I can change the heart a little bit. You can do probably see on yours, but mine I have to dim it more maybe. Oh no, not 80%, maybe 20. 30. Is that better? Okay, let's see. Maybe more. Alright, so I dimmed it. Okay, so let me go back to the right layer so I can actually work in the right one. So here I am, and I haven't dragged this long enough right now, so I will escape it and then delete it. Right, so we drag it out. Now, if you do it in 2, I mean, you will probably go like somewhere far away. But this is pretty steep. Notice how the curve is pretty steep. Right, so I'm going to probably be very steep on this side. But you notice how the handles are attached, right? Okay, we're going to disattach them in a minute. So then it curves, and I'm kind of going to go, let me check if I can go somewhere here and make that curve work for me like this. Okay, you don't have to be exact because we can always drag the top again. So try to do your best as you can. Okay, now if you like, I don't know how far I can undo, it's one undo. Right, and one undo. If you want to be adventurous, do 2 of them, you can. I'm not going to be. So let me click somewhere. Maybe here. Oh yeah, here is okay. Right, somewhere here. And then notice when I clicked, we will fix that. I will click right in the middle here and then drag it out. And notice which way I go. I don't want to go this way. I want to go this way. But is that a straight point? Kind of is, right? Could be just one click. But let's say what happens, now look at this. What happens if I want to continue on going like that? Is that right? No. So at this point, we're going to show you the clasp point. This is where you disattach the handles. So I'm holding Option Alt on my keyboard, and I'm dragging, I'm looking at the end of that handle, and I'm moving it like this. See that? So now it becomes separated. And I can go ahead and click on my shape, kind of like eyeing the other side. You want to be pretty even. And then drag it out. Okay. And then we will close this shape. What about this side? Is that going to work for us? Or what do I have to do? What do I have to do? I'm like, I messed up my shape. One thing about Illustrator, you have to drag out your handles again, okay? So I will undo this really quick. Go back to that last point. Okay, when you get to that point, you will drag out the handle again. But before you do, hold the Option key and drag out that handle the way you want it to go. You see? Hold the Option key. Otherwise, you want the antennas. Right? So something like this. Be as close as you can. We can fix it. So I will show you again how to do it. Okay, I will fix it up a little bit here because it's not precise. So now I'm just like adjusting it. So at this point it's just about cosmetics, right? Trying to be as precise as we can. So let me show you how I did that again. So watch. it's more complex shape. I drag it out. When you click, you don't let go of the mouse. You click, you drag it out pretty steep. Okay? And then I'm gonna go somewhere here and put another point. Something like that. It's okay if you're not exact yet. We can fix that. And then go at the end. Right? And then drag out the handle. Just only care about the right side right now. You don't care about the left right this minute, okay? Only the left. So I want to make sure the left is how I want it. Except I know on top there of the heart I have to make some adjustments. When I finish that side, then I will hold my Option key and I will look at that bottom handle with my Option key. So notice how my cursor has changed. You see? It changed. And I move it. Now, it's kind of weird. Be careful how you move it. She doesn't change all your shape. So let me try it again here. If it moves like this, I don't know why I did that. Let me check something. Didn't do it with my other shape. Did yours move too? Okay. Okay, that's kind of weird. Oh, you know why? Because I didn't put the point right. Okay, there's my handle. Just click here and then drag it out. Notice where you're dragging it. That's why. If you drag it this direction, what happens? This happens. You always want to drag it out direction where you have to go. Not the opposite direction. Direction where you're going, okay? Then you hold that Option. Drag it up. That handle. Okay. So, the handle allows you to change the direction of the curve. And then I click. And I draw my shape. Continue drawing my shape. Right? And then at the end, click on the last point. What do I do again? Click, hold the Option key, drag it out. And actually it goes the opposite way than you actually want to go. Right? And then it's not the best looking heart. I did better job before. So I will go ahead and fix the different points. Okay. So fix the different points here. Like this. Just fix it up. Now, one thing when you're fixing the shape, make sure both antennas, I call them antennas because it's easier, are kind of similar. I mean, they have to be similar distance and also the steepness of that and angle, okay? Except there will be mirror images. So try to drag it out like that. And guess what you're gonna do? You will actually fill them. So when you finish, what I want you to do is switch from fill, okay? And now I want you to make sure you match the shape that has been drawn. So drag it out so it matches the shape. Right? Same thing here. Fill it, so I'm switching it. And then drag it out. Okay, and fix the shape. So that you're gonna be doing a lot of that, especially in the beginning when you're first drawing it out. Notice my second shape is easier to fix than my first one. Okay. Don't worry if you're not exact. I mean, be as close as you can. Let me draw it again. For those who are a little bit need practice with this, and drag it out. And you know, I do it right in the middle. I don't know why. I guess I could have done on the end, so I could do it here too. If that's easier for you, like the end. See, it's gonna be too steep, that's why. Okay, that's okay. Can always fix it. Always draw the direction where you need to go, and then Option Alt, drag it up, and then draw another shape. And then here, and hold Alt, Option Alt, and go up. Okay? And then we can always go back to those points and move them around. This one's a little lopsided, so it needs help. This side. Okay, there, that's pretty good. Except here. Okay, so that's how you would draw these out. So if you're watching, you've noticed that when I practiced, my heart got better. My first one is still not perfect here, but then when I did more, actually I didn't have to adjust them as much. So that's what will happen when you work with it. Now, again, if you want to adjust it now, you can. I'm going to try to do it. You can also move the points as well. So if you don't feel they're in the right place, you can modify them. So it's a lot of little modifications you might have to do. Okay, let us move on to the apple. That's right below. So I modified this one. I can probably need more work, but the other one looks better. These. Now I will change my color because I really don't want it to be red anymore. So I will select, I guess for the next one I'm gonna select like a blue shade for my fill. Something like, I select like a light blue. So notice, I want you to watch so you don't miss this. Again, I would probably save my document at this point so it's nothing missed. So here we have really two shapes, right? Separate shapes. How many points can you do this leaf in? One? I'm just kidding. You can't do it in one. So who said two? You can. So P for pen tool, we can do two. So I click on top, drag it out the way direction you want it to go, and click on the bottom, drag it out like this. Okay, then what do I have to do? I have to create a cusp point. So I'm holding my Option Alt, move it up, click at the end. Don't move it. Remember what happens if you move it? This happens. So when you click at the end, you want to, before you actually close the shape, this is what happened with the heart. Before you close it, you want to hold that Option key and then drag it out. See? Right? And now the only thing I can go is to my direct selection tool, which is A on my keyboard, and then fix the handles, and that's it. It's your shape. Right? It's close. 2 points. So try that. Okay, try to draw that one, the leaf, in 2 points. The next part of this one is to draw the apple. Does this shape remind you one you already done? You did. If you notice the shape of the top and the bottom of the apple, it's like this, right? Right. So actually, I will start from that middle point here on top, and I will drag it up this way. Okay. And then I will go again, kind of in the middle of that, the steepest point. Okay. Then go at the end. I'll drag it down. Now what I will do, because I want to make sure I see the shape. So if something weird happens, we'll change it. So what do I have to change here? Do you notice? What kind of point do I have to create? Smooth, straight, or cusp? Well, tell me. No, cusp. Good try though. For those who said smooth, no. Because notice this is a different separation of shape. So I need to actually hold my Alt key here. Move this down. Okay, third way. And then go here on the bottom. Notice this is what I know is cusp. It's changing, right? It's not following. And then I click and hold it out. Ooh. like this, something like that. We can always fix this. There, that's close. What about here? What kind of point do I need to do? Cusp again, right? So drag that up like this. Then here in the bottom, draw it, then middle, drag it out. Notice how I'm kind of straight handles on there. Go in the bottom. Again, make sure you're clicking the direction of your, I can't see the end of my shape. Let's see, move this. Now, if accidentally you let go of the line, you have to click on the last point and drag it out. This is how you bring it back, the shape. And then probably somewhere here. Oh, I want you to go to the top. Yeah, I could have. I will undo this because I couldn't see it. Let's add one more here maybe. And then I probably put one, I'm thinking here or here, let's see. Nope, I will do one here. Somewhere there. And then again, hold that Option Alt and then finish the shape. So we have combination of points. We actually have smooth points and cusp points here. We don't have any straight points. And then I will just go ahead and fix my shape. Now if you cannot see the lines and make sure it's actually correct, please switch to outline mode on that layer so you can see it. So I'm going to go my Command plus and click, and notice here, looks like I did the right thing, but I haven't. I didn't do the right thing when it comes to the top. Here. Okay, so I would need to move that. Those points. And then show them again. And just modify the points there, and I have it's done. So the last part is this Twitter for us. Again, I'm gonna leave that blue shape on, but what I'm going to change is I really don't want to, when I'm drawing this and you notice it is filling the place where you want to see, then again change that visibility under your layers, okay? So there's a lot of cusp points. All these are cusp points, and you can see because it changes. So I'm going to start with the head, click, and then drag it out. I'm sorry it's red. I'm going to change that visibility of my layer now to something different. Right. Then I'm going to click here and drag it towards the bottom. This is a cusp point because it changes direction. So I'm going to hold my Option Alt, drag it out. Okay, then go on the end. Again, cusp point at the end. All these are cusp points. Right, so I'm going to undo. So what happens to my fill? Right now, I don't care. So I'm going to undo it, so show you again. Notice. So I start at one point. Second one right here. Drag it out. Then hold the Option key and move that right handle up. Like direction of that nose. Then go at the end of the nose, click on it, drag out. Okay, just care about this. Now at the end here, again, Option, drag it down, because that's where the direction will go. And then click on the, click here. But is it a rounded shape or is it straight? I undid it. It's rounded, so click and drag it. Okay. Then here again, Option Alt, and we go in the direction of this mouth. So there will be a lot of cusp points. And click here. At the end, drag the handles out. Again, Option Alt, drag the end. And go to the bottom. And the same thing. Notice which way we're going, the handles. To the right direction. Right? And then Option Alt. Right? And then I'm going to go probably somewhere here. That looks okay. Yep. And keep, this is easier point. Okay, this is just round points. Now I can't see my shape, so what do? I will go on my visibility here, hold my Command key so I can see the path. Again, at the end here, at the wing, Option Alt for that last one. It's a cast point. Now, probably I'm going to put a point right here. I have too many points. That's okay if you do. Okay, cast point. Notice where all the changes you have here are cast points. Drag it out. And then the end. Option Alt, cast point. Right, click it, drag it out. Again, cast point. So this is what, I mean, you can do this really quickly. Oh, I undid it. Oh, let me get out of it. If you accidentally click out of your shape, you need to go back to that point and redraw, like re-click it, so you can go back to the path. Okay, that's good. And at the end, again, cast point. So I'm just moving those handles, you see? Draw it out, and then move it up. And then draw it out. And then this is a cast point, so move it down. So this whole shape is really a lot of cast points. You may call it cast words because you want to do that, but you want, okay? And then again here, Option Alt key, and then finish the shape, and then drag. You have to, every time, and I don't know why they haven't fixed it, every time you close the shape, you have to redraw even the top. And there is my shape. Now I know, like, this little has to be fixed, but everything else looks pretty good to me. It's actually, this shape is easier to draw than the one on top, than the apple. Believe it. To me, right? So if I show my visibility, that's my birdie. It's pretty.